Yeah, it's cold. So it is very cold Friday afternoon. We are here at the Big O for the Topless Nationals in Ogilvie, Minnesota. Just kind of getting the car ready and set up for the heat race. So today we're on the back stretch, on the back side of Ogilvie Raceway. It looks a little wet in some spots, but it looks dry in others. And you can kind of see over that way.
Pink tires.
And pink tires and pink walls.
Yeah, the walls are the whole thing too.
Everything's pink for breast cancer awareness. That's why they call this the Topless Nationals.
Too bad I can't fit in Cody's race suit. He might have the pink race suit. The front row. You expect the
When
worst.
I can push the button myself, I have drew you
today, Junior.
a lot of front row starting spots, which you complain about because that's never good enough for you. You want to start full.
I want to start 99. Dad wants to start on the pole.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to start on the pole.
And so I had no choice. I just walked up there, told her his name, and she's like, "Okay, you're number 99 out of 150." I was like, "What? You drew?"
Well, you might not start dead last then, but if it's out 150.
It's out of 150. That's what she told me.
All right. Better off giving the cloth.
Trackside parking looks pretty full out there. Trackside parking, if you're having a good time, let me hear you make some noise, trackside.
started 6th, got 3rd. Normally we should probably be happy with that, but 78 cars checked in. They took top 2 of the feature, so we started on the pole. B made number 2 tonight, and they take 2 from that. And we got a pretty good one, so
it's not going to be easy. I mean,
No,
when there's
it's
that
not gonna
many
be
cars, when there's
no,
that many
it's not
cars,
gonna be easy, and we didn't think it's gonna be easy, but goal is to make the show, and like I said before, normally 6th to 3rd, you'd be happy with it. And definitely, I'm not happy with it. I don't know about how Dad feels, but just have some work to do today and get ready for tonight. But
just kind of talk
overall-
about what you think happened last night too.
Overall, what did you think?
Well, we got up to 2nd pretty quick, and I thought I was going to be able to get around the 1st place car pretty easily, and I did get underneath them a couple times, but I was being too cautious. But kind of watched the replay videos and stuff like that. When I went out there for the hot laps, or to warm the car up, or parade lap, what do you want to call it, I was just warming the car up, and the car completely spun around. And I've never, in 20-some years of racing, never had that happen. And the track felt like it was like water on it. It was so slippery. Well, I didn't really know what to think. So we went out there, and we took off racing, and the car just felt loose. But I watched the video, and it was actually pushing. It was a little tight. The only thing I can think of, and when we come in, all the rear tires were ice cold, probably air temperature.
It
was about, what, 30 degrees last night?
Well, when we raced last night, it was 32 degrees, so freezing. I actually saw a couple pictures of photographers taking pictures last night, and there was frost on people's helmets sitting in staging last night. And it's pretty getting cold for that to happen. So.
And being a heat race, Cody had asked me what tires, and I said, just leave the tires on that we ran last week. Well, I didn't know that them tires have got probably about 10 shows on them, so they've got multiple heat cycles in them. So I think as cold as it was, they're incapable of building any heat at all. So about halfway, even though I was fighting the car in the lead there for 1st place, after about halfway, I think their tires probably got a little heat in them, and mine never got any heat in them. And I just wasn't able to get around them, and we ended up 3rd. So that, and the fact that
Should have been a little more aggressive.
I should have been more aggressive, but you drive the car the 2nd time this year, and I haven't raced all year. Still not real comfortable with this car. That's just what it ended up. So we got started in the pole tonight. And we're putting new tires on. Hopefully, have some heat in them. We can actually get the car to stick to the ground a little bit better. So we'll see.
You'll see.
We'll see.
Is that all you gotta say?
We'll
I'm
see.
trying to think of all the excuses you use.
Well, my excuse would be you just get in the damn thing and drive it. And guess what? We saw how that turned out last night. So
Yeah, you didn't do bad.
I got 3rd.
Yeah.
that's what I said. Normally you would be happy with the 3rd, but when
There's too many. There's just too many
invitational
cars.
season comes, I mean,
You either win or get 2nd, or you go to
it's
a B.
like
So
basically if you're not winning the heat race or you're getting 2nd, like you said, you're already at the bottom of the totem pole. So we gotta start back over today and just hopefully have a better day today than we had yesterday.
It is Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m.-ish or so. We just arrived at the racetrack at Ogilvie Raceway, Ogilvie, Minnesota, for the Topless Nationals. It's pretty quiet yet. There are a few people out kind of working on their cars, getting things prepared for tonight. Last night it was just Cody, Tim, and I.
show me what you want.
Everyone else, Amber went back home to Rice Lake, and the rest of our pit people kind of all are. It is hunting season, so it's turkey season, bow hunting season, and they're all busy with that. Although John did sneak away today, so John is here with us. And then we found the big Tony Olson. He used to help Tim a long time ago. So he came with today.
The fix that right rear.
So
Decking. Also need to check the fluid level and
just kind of getting things ready.
All right.
Then other than that, that's what.
Okay, so we were gonna have Karl interview Cody, but I said, well, he's hurt, so what's the point? But
I only interview A-mod drivers, so as soon as he puts a 4-barrel on it with a spoiler, I'll come back. But until then, sorry,
No.
Cody, it's not gonna happen. It's not happening.
not happening.
Find the goddamn nut.
Coming right along. The nut's right here.
That's why we got you.
Yeah. So doing a little body work now from Tim's little rubbing last night.
That was more rough.
It wasn't rubbing enough, maybe. So again, everybody is hard at work.
Well, if I knew we were going to get sheet metal work, I'd did it a little harder.
What?
I said, had I known we had sheet metal work, I'd just hit her a little harder and then it passed her for the lead.
Well, you shoulda. Yeah, because you created work for yourself.
The whole damn thing.
You created work for yourselves anyway. You should have at least taken the lead.
Well, you're in the lead tonight, so you just have to make a shot too.
Yeah. I say, let me see it. Let me see the photo. So here are the event photos. Those
Where
are
the front
pretty
tires
cool. Nice. I like it. So Sean takes photos.
Yep.
And
Sort of.
Yes, you do. So what's the name of your business?
Full throttle photos. I've been doing it since 2005.
Long time. And you do other stuff too, like you do
Hand
cups,
koozies, mugs, clocks, calendars.
a lot of different
photos.
stuff. Well, you do a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys take a lot of your time. Look at all the kids trick-or-treating. That's one thing about this event. They let all the kids come in the pits before the races and they get to trick-or-treat. So they come along and get goodies from everybody, photo cards. It's really, really a neat.
Holding back tomorrow. Sky smiling through the window. Counting down the hours
videos every week. I say a special shout out to him and everyone that watches his channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
15, Patrick Cody out of Bloomington, the 5G, and Sean Kelly out of New Richmond, Wisconsin in the 48. In tap 2, we're going to advance here into the
So as you guys seen in the video, we went to Topless Nationals, Ogilvie, Minnesota. You started 6th in your heat race. You finished 3rd to a girl. Don't worry, I got.
I don't know why that's
too.
such a big deal, because girls are every bit as good as guys. What are you trying to say? You have not been taking your Biden classes.
Go, Brandon, go.
Yeah, really, go, Brandon, go.
Anyway, you went to the Topless Nationals this weekend. Started 6th in heat race, finished 3rd. Started on the pole to B. Battling for the top 2. And during the battle, made some contact with the 2nd place car. We think there was some bent-in front parts. It's hard to tell until we get it all apart. Take us through what you thought.
Well, if you saw the video earlier, the video that you saw there, there's umpteen yellows, and on the first one I got a good jump and got on the lead right away. But then second one I didn't drive it in far enough. As you're going into one there, what you didn't see in the video is we ended up stopping for about 15 minutes because the sun was coming down in the fall, and literally you could not see coming into that corner at all. It was bad. So they stopped the race for about 15 minutes. It was still kind of bad, but long story short, ended up after a couple of the yellows coming out in second, and we ran there with another guy for quite a while. Him and I are going back and forth, and there was a little bit of rubbing, which no big deal. It was just racing. But something happened to the car, or something changed with the car, one of the two. And the car started, the right front started hitting the ground, hitting the track as I was coming in the corner, and it would, I'd lose the front end, and the car would kind of skate up the track. Still hung on, ended up getting third, going back to third, but it was back and forth. Car was still pretty good. But then there was a yellow, and after that yellow, every time I come in the corner, the car would just hit the ground really hard, and I would lose the front end, and she'd just push. So after about 2 laps of that, I pulled in. So Cody and I were talking about it afterwards, and I'm not sure. I think something might have been screwed up because there's some bent up stuff on here, but I don't think that's
the main reason.
The main reason. I think what was going on there as the race got going and we didn't have as many yellows, I think what was going on is our speed was picking up, and as the speed picked up, the car would dive into the corner a little bit harder and bottom out. So we talked about that. If you watch the race there, the car has plenty of forward bite, and it's actually a little bit too tight in the center of the corner. Part of that's because of that front end problem, but on a dry track, it's good. I mean, he won feature up at Rice Lake with it, and it's really dry. The track's a little slower, so he's always been. That's probably the best track, as fast as he's been up there. Is up in Rice Lake, and I think it's because of the track conditions. Because the track's it's smaller, it's slower. It's probably not bottoming out. So he did. I had him. He actually called Shaw's down in Batesville there and talked to Kevin, and.
It's a problem. It sounds like it's a problem with not just our car, a bunch of people's cars. Long story short, there's something that we can do to fix it, and we were a little worried about it because we've tried literally everything. I mean, ride heights, shocks, springs, tire pressures. I mean, you name it, we've tried it, and it has made no difference.
You know, over the years I'm racing, if I bottom out, it's usually because I just need to put a stiffer right front spring in or raise the ride height. We did all that. I put a way stiffer spring on in this thing, and it still did it. So it's not that. So my guess is it's probably something like that. So they've got a part that we can put on here to keep that from happening, they said. There's some other folks that are real knowledgeable about geometry and stuff like that going to kind of help out with some stuff next year. it's good because Cody has been frustrated. Oh, we've all been frustrated with this car. It's fast at times, and sometimes it's really bad, and it's always bad when the thing pushes. We just can't seem to get that out of it. So we're kind of looking at other cars, but then all of a sudden you're running the same car as everybody else out there, and that's an issue too. So if we can make this car work, and I think we probably can, because it's just the only problem with it is that right front. If we can fix that, this car will be as good as pretty much everything else out there. So that's kind of it with the car.
Well, I just want to say that sometimes it does help having other people drive your car, because, you know, had I just driven the car the entire time, you know, I wouldn't have known. I would have just thought that was, I wouldn't say normal, but I would have just dealt with it like I dealt with the issues that we had with it before, turning too soon. Dad kind of helped me get that fixed. We got that back on the straight and narrow, and now I got in the car this time, and hey, this thing is bottoming out. That's not normal, and I just kind of dealt with it and learned to drive with it the way it was, and you know, Dad got in the car and said, hey, that's not right. You know, we gotta get that under control. So it's nice to have people get in your car, tell you what's happening, show some knowledge there on what's going on, and know that we can at least fix it and make it better, because it's not bad except for right in the center of the corner, and really we're losing a lot.
Yeah, that's where you're getting beat.
So with that being said, racing is now over. Northern Wisconsin, Minnesota area until basically next April. We're still going to be doing videos. There's a lot to talk about, like what we're going to do with the motor stuff for next year. We are adding a new race car to our stable, and it's not a modified, so you'll have to wait for that. What else? I think that's about it.
Well, in the upcoming videos, there's going to be plenty of things to do. I mean, we got to tear the cars apart. We got to put that one together. We want to have a discussion about the motor options for this V mod in Minnesota. Just tell everybody what they are and what we end up deciding to go with and why. This discussion's good, and I'm sure we're not the only ones that were, you know, looking at what's good and what's bad and of each choice. So that's good. Other than that, winter's here. It's 28 degrees the other day.
It's 40 degrees today and rain, so it's getting down there. It's already dark outside. Looking out the window right now, so.
And the walleyes are biting.
And the walleyes are biting, so it's perfect time for you to go fishing.
About a month and a half for we get ice in the lake. So,
please like this video. Still want to hear where you guys found this at, what you guys plan on doing during the winter. Please share the video and please subscribe. Thanks for watching.